All right, guys, lesson 8. We are going to be on page 71, position, speed, and direction. Let's use sign numbers to represent movement. So the I can statement, I can multiply a positive number with a negative number. I can use rational numbers to represent speed and direction. So distance, rate, and time. An airplane moves at a constant speed of 120 miles per hour for 3 hours. How far does it go? Well, 120 miles for 1 hour, so for 3 hours, I just have to multiply them. So 120 times 3 equals 360. Okay? A train moves at a constant speed and travels 6 miles in 4 minutes. What is its speed in miles per minute? So if it goes 6 miles in 4 minutes, I want to know how much it goes in 1, so I'm going to divide 6 divided by 4. I use my calculator. I get 1.5, so 1.5 miles per minute. Okay, and number 3, a car moves at a constant speed of 50 miles per hour. How long does it take the car to go 200 miles? Well, 50 miles for 1 hour, 100 for 2, 3 is 150, 4 is 200. Or you could have just gone 200 divided by 50 and gotten 4 that way as well. Okay, so if we turn the page, going left, going right. After each move, record your location on the table. Then write an expression to represent the ending position that uses the starting position, the speed, the time, and the first row is done for you. So we start at 0. We move right 5 for 3 seconds. So all of these are starting at 0. So you could go 0 plus 5 times 3, or you could just go 5 times 3. So on the next one, I could go 0 plus 4. Speed, 4 units per second times 6 seconds. So 4 times 6 is 24. Okay? Oh, we're going left. So if we're going left, if we go right, everything's positive, right? If we go left, everything's negative. So we're just going to move this negative. So you could go negative 4 times 6. Okay, this one we're going right. So we're going to go 2 times 8. And we get 16. Okay, the next one, we're going right again, so it's positive. So 6 times 2 is 12. This one's going left, so it's going to be negative. So negative 1.1 times 2 is negative 2.2. Okay? How can you see the direction of the movement? Well, the direction, if they're going right, it's positive. So with my answers, how do I see the direction? Oh, and the expression. Well, the negatives are going to tell me the direction, okay? Negative, 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 negative. These ones don't have negatives, so that means they're going right. Okay, so we're going to skip 3. Moving on, velocity. A traffic safety engineer was studying travel patterns along a highway. She set up a camera and recorded the speed and direction of cars and trucks that passed by the camera. Positions to the east of the camera are positive and to the west are negative. Vehicles that are traveling towards the east have a positive velocity, and vehicles that are traveling west have a negative velocity. Complete the table with the position of each vehicle if the vehicle is traveling at a constant speed for the indicated time period, then write the equation. Okay, so the positive and negatives here just tells me the direction they're going. We talked last week that we can't have a negative speed or negative distance. So if the number is negative, it just tells me it's traveling west. If the number is positive, it tells me it's traveling east. So here we go. Let's look at this table. So velocity in meters per second, 25 times 10 seconds. So 25 times 10 is 250. So the next one, negative 20 times 30. Okay, well, if we're going negative 20, if we think of this line right here, we go negative 20 because we're going west, that's 1, negative 20, that's 2, negative 20, that's 3, and we keep doing that 30 times, we're going to have a negative number, right? So in my calculator, if I go negative 20 times 30, I get negative 600. So this just tells me that the car ended 600 feet west of the starting position, the camera. Okay, the next one, 32 times 40. So we're just going to go 32 times 40 because it's going in the right. So 32 times 40 is positive 1,280. So remember, the positive here just tells me it's going right from the camera. Okay, the next one, negative 35 times 20. So using my calculator, negative 35 times 20 is negative 700. So once again, this negative just tells me it's going west. And then 0 times 28 is just 0. Okay, it just tells me it was passing the camera right at 0 seconds. If a car is traveling east when it passes the camera, its position will be positive or negative 60 seconds after it passes the camera. So if we think here, if we look back up at the chart, my pen just turned off. Let's try this again. All right. It says the car is traveling east when it passes the camera. So it's traveling east. So it's starting here, it's traveling east, it passes the camera. After 60 seconds, will it be positive or negative? Well, it's going to be positive, right? Because we're over here on the positive side. We're over here on the positive side. Okay? If we multiply two positive numbers, is the result positive or negative? Well, 2 positive times a positive is a positive. Okay? If a car is traveling west when it passes the camera, will the position be positive or negative 60 seconds after the camera? So now we're going the other direction. So now we're going west. We pass the camera. 60 seconds after, it's over here, so it's going to be negative. So if we multiply a positive number, positive and a negative, is the result positive or negative? Well, positive time times a negative direction equals a negative. Okay? And that's it. So, looking at the summary, we can use signed numbers to represent the position of an object along a line. We pick a point to be the reference point and call it 0. Positions to the right of 0 are positive. Positions to the left of 0 are negative. When we combine speed with direction indicated by the sign of the number, it's called velocity. For example, if you're moving 5 meters per second to the right, your velocity is plus 5. If you're moving 5 meters to the left, your velocity is negative 5. So when we're talking about velocity, the positive and the negatives just tell me the direction it's going. So if you start at 0 and move 5 meters per second for 10 seconds, you'll be 5 times 10, which is 50. So 50 meters to the right of 0. If you start at 0 and move negative 5 meters per second, so now we're going to the left, negative 5 times 10 is 50 meters to the left of 0, so negative 5 times 10 is negative 50. In general, a negative number times a positive number is a negative number. All right? If you have any questions, you can go ahead and send me an email. Thanks.